Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. I'm Kobe. We got Mike with me. What we got going on, man?
Hey, we got a lot, man. A lot of crazy things happened this past week in football. Players moving to other teams, players getting stabbed in the chest.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, a
Whew.
lot went on, man.
Yeah, busy week.
Yeah, for sure. First, we always start off with the 5 and 5 to get us ready. So first, we've been actually doing good at this too.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprisingly. All right, to start it off, we have are the Patriots a playoff team? They had a good win against the Bills this week, looking pretty good. Would you think they're a playoff team this year?
Uh, I would say they could be playoff contenders. Obviously, a huge win against a division rival Buffalo Bills team. That's still going to be the Bills division.
Mhm.
But the AFC kind of seems to be a little tight right now. But I mean, they had a good week. They looked good. I think they're going to be right around like a wild card this season.
Yeah, we'll get into this game a little bit more in a second, but I agree with them being a game back now. They could possibly push for that later in the season. Um, and next, I mean, two undefeated teams went down this week. Undefeated no more.
Yeah, both were surprising. I think Philadelphia had a tougher matchup with the Broncos. Broncos are a contender in the AFC. Uh, I think last episode we talked about like, oh yeah, the Patriots have no chance of winning this game against the Bills. Like, you can
Mhm.
quote me saying this, yada yada. They
Right.
shut me up, man.
Yeah, who would have thought both undefeated teams would lose on the same weekend? I know when the Eagles lost, we was kind of messaging each other saying that we think the Bills may be that top team, but then they went and lost at home to the
Yeah.
Patriots. So yeah, it's crazy how that happened. And next, Ravens, another loss in the column for them. A ugly loss to the Texans this week.
Yeah, losing Lamar is always going to be a big hit to a team, but it seems like year in and year out, uh, Baltimore has a top five, maybe top three defense in the league, and they've
Mhm.
kind of been getting exposed this year. And Derrick Henry, I think Father Time might have finally caught up to him.
Yeah, I agree. He's slowed down a lot this season, and then also just like a lot of other teams, injuries have really plagued them this year, and they haven't been able to overcome those so far. But yeah, that Lamar injury, yes, I don't think they're going to be able to overcome that one.
Mm-mm.
Um, Next, we have comeback player of the year, possibly.
Yeah, if you would have asked me at the start of the season, like, oh yeah, how big of a like like upgrade is Danny Dimes going to be for the Colts? I'll be like, oh, he's probably not going to really get much time behind AR.
Hmm.
They kind of bring him in to develop him, but man, he is balling his ass off this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's managing the game, not making a lot of mistakes. He's been pretty accurate every game this season. The schedule has helped out the Colts a lot too. They're just winning those games they should win. But yeah, he definitely could be in the running for that comeback player of the year um, at the end of the season. And then finally, what is going on with the Bengals? QB carousel. They're going through multiple quarterbacks. Burrow hurt. They released the QB this week to make room for Joey. Like,
Yeah,
it's not.
it seemed like the Bengals coach just said like, we're confident in Browning leading this team. He
Mhm.
goes out, throws three picks, does throw three touchdowns as well. Jamar Chase has a big game. Higgins is getting there, and they had to turn to the old gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the best offense he's ever been a part of, but that offensive line is Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task for him this week going against the Green Bay Packers. They're coming off of a bye. He just has a few days to learn the playbook. It's going to be tough for him. He'll just stand back there like he did with the Browns, and I'm sure it's not going to go well for him this week.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. All right. And speaking of Flacco, we can get into their game. It was perfect timing. Going into this game, it was Vikings. They were in London versus the Browns. Vikings ended up pulling out this game 21-17.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect from the Browns this week. It seemed like they had a nice, like, condensed, simple playbook for Dylan Gabriel. A lot of short completions, screens, and they ran the ball very well. But like, we just got over the Joe Flacco era, and the end of the Stefanski era might just be a couple weeks away. Especially if Flacco goes out and balls out in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like obviously a much more talented offense, but a lesser defense, a lesser O line. If he shows that he can still play there, then you have to look at the coaching staff here.
Yeah.
It was our first game this year without a turnover, so that's a positive sign. Judkins is running the ball well. It was nice to see Njoku show up in this offense. Me and my buddies were watching. We're like, oh wow, David Njoku's back, and he was never hurt or anything. He's been on the field all season, just no signs. So I don't know. I mean, we should have won this game. A defensive blunder there, like right at the end of the fourth quarter, but we were in this game, had the lead. That should have been a win, but
yeah. Yeah, speaking about Njoku, that's a big guy, man. I'm surprised they don't target him more, and just try to find him, get him ways of getting the ball into his hands, because it seemed like, once he catches the ball, he's going to be a tough player to get down. But yeah, I think Dylan did enough to not lose the game. Like, he didn't really make any mistakes. He didn't make any big plays, but those game-winning plays that you will probably need from your quarterback, and you don't expect that from, a rookie in his first NFL start, especially in London. So, but I feel like he didn't do, anything to really cost him the game, but, they were still missing some, plays that he, maybe he could have made to kind of get them to win. But,
Yeah, we had a couple drops again, which has been the story since week one. Because I mean, you look at 19 for 33, that doesn't really pop out to you a lot, but three or four drops there. Now he's 22 for 33, 23 for 33, and that just seems more impressive. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do next week against the Steelers, whose defense really isn't what it's been cracked up to be either. I think we'll have an opportunity to make some plays, and I don't know, maybe we get an upset there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know they're kind of hesitant on naming the QB number 2, but do you think it'll be Shador number 2 backing up, or do you think Zappe will?
I actually, like, when Flacco got traded, I was like, oh, Shador's automatically number 2 just for no other QB on the roster. Then I started seeing Bailey Zappi. I was like, I didn't know we were still holding on to him on the practice squad, but
Right.
I guess this is why. But I mean, you got to get Shador out there at some point. There's no reason to put Bailey Zappi out there. There was no reason to put Joe Flacco out there. So
Yeah, that's true.
And they're expecting Deshaun to come back by the end of the month too. I always forget about him, so I don't.
Nasty boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the quarterback situation. I never do.
Yeah, it kind of it's like you don't know what to question. You don't know if that coaching staff actually sees something in Shador where he shouldn't be number two or shouldn't get playing time, or you don't know if it's really the coaching staff that doesn't know what they're doing and just kind of making boneheaded decisions. So um, you don't really know which one to kind of go with. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we'll see. Next, we have my Commanders going to LA and getting a win against the LA Chargers, 27-10. We had a lot of doubters out there. We didn't think that people didn't think we could go across you know all the state lines and get this one, but JD's homecoming ended with a victory.
Yeah, we were talking about this game last week when we were making our picks, and I did not think the Commanders' defense would show up at all with
Mm,
against Justin Herbert, with how well that offense has been gelling with Allen, McConkey, Johnson. But hey, put my foot right in my mouth. Defense held him to 10 points. It wasn't 27 unanswered for the offense.
yeah, and
That's
I I think it's always like when you play a team also. Like if we played them week one, or maybe down the line this season, I'm not sure we had the same results, but I mean
yeah,
we played them, they're banged up, their offensive line is already in shambles. Both of their starting tackles were out. Then their backup tackle got hurt during the game. They got up on us early 10-0. We looked horrible, couldn't do anything. Jaden didn't look good, and then all of a sudden, who's Johnston, their wide receiver? We caused a fumble, and after that, they just couldn't do anything after that. It just turned the energy into our favor. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, seventh round rookie, had 111 on the ground, 39 yards through the air. Jaden, he got Debo in the end zone at the end of the game to get us to 27. We still had to run him a little bit just to keep the defense honest. Herbert, he didn't look bad. I mean, 22 or 29, he didn't throw it a lot, but he still looked good. But and then Omarion Hampton, he got hurt in this game as well. I think they put him on IR for 4 weeks.
yeah.
So, and now we're going into our I guess this new rival we have at home on Monday night against the Bears. So that's going to be a good game. We had that Hail Mary game last year, so that's going to be a fun one. Next we have the Titans at Cardinals. Titans pulled this one out and came back to rally in this win and won it 22-21. A lot went on in this game that was ugly.
Yeah. The thing that just stands out to me the most with this game is the craziest play or like chain of events I've ever seen in my life. Cam
Mhm.
Ward throws if you're listening, you know what play we're about to talk about. Cam Ward throws the pick. Dude gets up. Tennessee forces the fumble. That ball gets launched back behind him into the end zone. And I believe
Mhm.
it was Tyler Lockett that dove on that thing.
Mhm.
Like,
The flukiest
and it
play.
wasn't it like the Cardinals lost that game, but they did not play a bad game.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree. I mean, you're up 21-6. And then who was it? DeMarco, the
oh
player, Mario.
yeah,
You're about to go up 28-6 and you decide to drop the ball before crossing the end zone. I mean, the game was
yeah,
won.
yeah. You
And yeah.
you can't have that. That is the worst. Like that is the biggest excuse for a turnover I have ever seen in my life. and then the head coach gets fined for putting his hands on him.
Hey,
Man, I would have told him to put his helmet on just so I could grab him by the face mask and
I'm sure he was spitting all in his face on the
and
sideline.
and he apologized, and I get it. Tempers were flaring, but that
Yeah,
is the
it literally
biggest.
cost them the game.
It did, but man, that's like such an elementary turnover. Like just run to the middle of the end zone, and that dude was right behind him. He probably could have almost punched that thing out. Like
Right.
terrible awareness, terrible everything. I mean, it was a great run the way he got to the open field, but man, you cannot be doing that.
Yeah, and the coach just had a similar play last week where I believe it was a wide receiver Mitchell caught a crazy pass. It was like another 70-yarder similar to this one. Right when he's trying to cross the end zone, drops the ball. It's like, so I know the
I think that
team
one went out of
talked
the back
about
of
it.
the end zone.
Yeah. So it's like I know a lot of the teams brought this up in the meetings and said, "Hey, this type of stuff can't happen." And then you go out the next week and do the same exact thing to cost your team the game. So, but I know last week the Colts didn't go crazy on the sidelines, but I think they did. He didn't start him, that player, Mitchell. He didn't start the game.
And they also won the game. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think they lost that game against the Rams. I think he cost them that game. I think they lost against the Rams.
It was that game. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. I think they so it's like two boneheaded plays and your team, lost the game. Is crazy. Next we had the Buccaneers at Seahawks. This was a good game here. 38-35. Buccaneers were able to pull this one out in a tough environment.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it before. Someone asked Baker if he talks to Sam Darnold at all about the good old days in Carolina. He's like, the what days? So those days are well behind both of them, and both of those quarterbacks just came out and put on a show.
Yeah,
this Buccaneers team every single week. I know. Put this on repeat. We say good teams find a way to win the game. The Buccaneers have a close game every single week. Bucky Irving's down. Rashad White steps in brilliantly, 2 touchdowns. Ibuka, as a rookie, is balling out. Then you look at the Seahawks, Darnold with 341. Like, that was a great NFC battle. Like, just a great game. That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you just hate that a team has to lose because the Seahawks is really good this year. And like you said, the Buccaneers always find a way to win. I believe all 5 of their games ended, in a 1-score game. I know they lost that game against the Eagles, but it was a close one. But a lot of the games, I think, ended in just a 1-score game either way. But I think more times than not, they're going to find a way to win. And I mean, beating teams like the Seahawks in Seattle, really builds your team and gives them confidence. So Buccaneers is going to be a tough team, and they just keep getting players off of injury back on that team. So they're going to be a scary team throughout.
That next week matchup against the 49ers is going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I agree. And that Seahawks and Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's another good one too. Patriots at Bills. This was a surprise. Patriots going into Buffalo and getting a win 23-20.
Yeah. Just not what you expected. Buffalo being a team that just doesn't turn the ball over, just seemed to be a little careless out there that week. I don't know. I wouldn't quite say they were overlooking the Patriots. You never overlook a division opponent, but Stephon Diggs and his homecoming kind of, had to put on a show. Just maybe here's what you're missing. But Yeah, I thought this game was going to be over before it started. The Bills are coming out at home in these icy white jerseys, looking
Mhm.
fresh, and it just fizzled out.
Yeah. I mean, this game I think was just full of mistakes. If they played again, I don't think the Bills would lose. I don't even think the game would be close, but just too many costly penalties, mistakes, turnovers. They just couldn't get right, and they kept the Patriots in the game. And then the Patriots was able to make enough plays at the end to get the win. But definitely a loss that the Bills shouldn't have took.
Yeah, Drake
Um,
May just seems to. I mean, that's a pretty solid game. I mean, no touchdowns, but he didn't have to. He managed the game, didn't turn the ball over, kept his team in it till the end,
mhm.
and just a field goal there at the end, and they got the upset.
Yeah, Drake May, he's really shown a lot this year, and yeah, definitely showing he's one of the good young QBs
Hmm.
this year. And then we had the Monday night game. We had Chiefs at Jaguars. Jaguars able to come away with this win, 31-28, with a crazy ending to this one.
Yeah, this was a fun game to watch. I caught most of it, and the be right at the beginning, Chiefs go down the field. Travis Kelsey touchdown, and they're like, oh, here it comes, the same old Chiefs coming uh, back into action. Uh,
Hmm.
Trevor Lawrence had a turnover, and you think, oh, this is gonna be
Right.
the turning point where the Chiefs just take off and start pulling away, but that just wasn't the case. Jacksonville's defense stepped it up. Uh, the late, what was it, 99-yard pick six.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that was crazy.
that was a huge turning point in the game, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think.
then
Uh-huh.
just we talked about how like the Chiefs defense, like even when their offense isn't performing, how the defense can kind of keep them in this game, and
Right.
then and for like the Jaguars' final drive there, Trevor Lawrence falling down almost twice, and you have one of the best interior defensive linemen in Chris Jones literally just standing there watching it happen. That's just
Hmm.
not like Andy Reid disciplined football. That was a brain dead defensive
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, I mean, you got the big foot of your I don't know if that was the guard or the center stepping on Trevor Lawrence foot. I'm sure he got a size 20 foot
Yeah.
himself, but got him slipping and sliding up there trying to get back up. And I know he said that he was initially gonna just try to throw it out of bounds and live to see another play, but he saw no one in front of him and decided to run it in. But we talked early in the season, probably before the season started, that Trevor Lawrence really has to step up this
Hmm.
year and prove something. I mean, he's been in the league for some time now, and he hasn't really showed a lot. Hasn't showed that he was really deserving to be like a franchise quarterback. So it's good to see that he's actually leading the team,
Yeah.
winning some of these big games against really good teams. He's kind of putting it on himself, finishing the game with 3 total touchdowns. He did have the one interception, but he's doing it with his arm, his legs. Being smart with the football, making that gutsy play at the end. That's what it takes. But I mean, he's looking really good this year, and he has the Jaguars to a surprising 4-1 start.
Yeah, I think he was the first quarterback to get like the big deal. Like he set
Hmm.
the market, and everybody else was
Yeah.
following behind, and a lot of those guys have been better than Trevor when he got that deal. So it was kind of surprising for him to kind of get what he
Hmm.
got, like based on what he had done before that.
Hmm.
But now they're sitting at 4-1. He's out there taking control of this team, and they're looking good right now.
Yeah, and like for the Jaguars to be 4-1 in that division, I mean, I know they have the Colts. That's also a surprise team, and the Texans are trying to find themselves. But Jaguars are going to be a tough team as we get closer to playoff time. And then when you look at the Chiefs at 2-3, I I mean, it doesn't get any easier in that division. You still have the Chargers. I'm sure they're going to correct, things they need to correct. Then you
Hmm.
have the Broncos who are really good. So the Chiefs need to really look themselves in the mirror, and they might need to right that ship a little early because it's not going to get any easier. You losing the teams like the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, and Mahomes is still the leading rusher on that team this year.
Crazy.
I mean, and it's not even like he's putting up ridiculous like rushing lines either. I mean, 60
Hmm.
yards this
Hmm.
past game, and that I mean, he had 11 more than Kareem Hunt. I mean,
Hmm.
that that's crazy.
And that's the thing. You don't know if it's play calling or what, because with Kareem Hunt having still averaging 7 yards per carry, you would think you would feed him a little bit more. But I guess they decided to go through the air. You see Mahomes having over 300 yards, but maybe if they would have ran the ball a little bit more, controlled the game, controlled the clock, you know, maybe it would have been a different game. So,
Yeah,
but who knows if it's play calling, an old team. They have a lot of issues over there.
and they have the Lions coming up.
It
That's
doesn't get any easier.
mm-mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, we spoke about the Jaguars facing the Seahawks
There's a
next
lot
week.
of good games coming up.
Yep. Yep. All right. That'll do it for those picks. And next we can get into our extreme power rankings. I know we spoke last week, where it was a lot of teams that we felt could be in that 3, 4, and 5 spot.
Hmm.
So let's see if we had any changes. This week, coming in at number 5, we have the Indianapolis Colts. They're back in it. I believe they were in it a couple weeks ago, then they fell out. But
Hmm.
yep, they're back in it, 4-1.
Yeah, off the offense is just overperforming. I mean, obviously Jonathan Taylor can run the ball, and he has been, and the receiving core has been stepping it up. I don't know if that's Daniel Jones elevating them around them. They
Mhm.
brought in the rookie tight end and Tyler Warren. He's starting to get going a little bit. The Colts are a fun team to watch, and I feel like we're going to be talking about them in these top 5 rankings for at least the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I agree. They're really a good, surprising, complete team. All 3 phases, they're pretty good. Um, and next, coming in at number 4, we have Detroit Lions. Looking really good. I know they suffered that early loss against the Green Bay Packers, I believe, but seems like ever since then they kind of found their way and they're playing pretty good.
Yeah, this is just another one of those uh, high profile offenses. Jared Goff at the helm. I mean, obviously he's always been able to sling it. He's just got so many weapons around him. Not only receiving, they have the two-headed monster with Montgomery and Gibbs in the backfield, who are both kind of do it all type backs, and the Lions' ability to like get after the quarterback and force turnovers. I think they're right where they need to be, and I think again, like all these teams that are in the top 5 right now, it's
Hmm.
just hard to
Yeah.
it's hard to take them out until something crazy happens.
Yeah, we're like splitting hairs when it comes to trying to even sort these teams out. But yeah, Detroit, it really shows how good their players are and how good their head coach Dan Campbell is to lose both your offensive coordinator and defense coordinator,
Hmm.
and you still are 4-1 at the start of the season. Really, it shows a lot with the head coach and also their personnel, the players that they have. So shows that they're drafting well also. So next, coming in at number 3, we have Tampa Bay Bucks. They just always find a way to win.
Yeah, and obviously, like I mean, spoiler alert, we kind of know who the other teams are.
Mm-hmm.
But with the huge upset over the Bills, I and we always talked about like the Bills actually might be the best team until they lose. Well, then they
Right.
lost where we weren't expecting them to. Like you could almost put Tampa Bay above Buffalo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay is just that good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it's getting kind of difficult to keep Baker out of your top five quarterbacks. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
he's really playing out of his mind right now. So yeah, Tampa Bay. I think they're going to be another team that's going to always be in that conversation of in the top five. Uh, they're going to be a tough team for anybody this season. And now coming in at number 2, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Man, I thought we was going to see a change right here.
Yeah, the mighty have fallen, but
Yeah.
I mean they didn't change in the rankings, but like you mentioned
Mhm.
earlier, that Eagles game we're like, oh, there it is. The moment
Mhm.
we've been waiting for, that's gonna propel Buffalo to the top of our rankings. And Buffalo's
Mm.
like, no, wait a minute.
Nope. We're not ready yet.
Yeah, so I still think I mean Buffalo's a great team. I mean
Yeah.
Josh Allen is still that guy.
Mhm.
He's going to keep them in every game. Probably
Mhm.
win most of the games for them.
Right.
And it's kind of hard seeing like Stephon Diggs like go off against them like that because I feel like they've always been lacking, especially
Mm.
right now, like a true like number one receiver.
Mhm.
And if Diggs was able to do with Buffalo that he's doing right now with New England,
Mhm.
then you might as well just put Buffalo just at the top of this list. But
Mhm.
they're good. They're fine. They're going to keep winning games. They might only
Yep.
lose another game or two, maybe.
Right. They'll be there at the end. And next, by no surprise to anyone watching this, Philadelphia Eagles. Like you said, I mean, I think we're still splitting hairs with these two teams as well, the Eagles and the Bills. Only reason why I couldn't see the Bills, even with both the teams losing, overtaking the Eagles, was because the Eagles lost to a tough Broncos
Mhm.
team, and the Bills lost to the Patriots, who are still kind of trying to prove themselves and find themselves. But I mean, it's a toss up between these two. But the Eagles,
Yeah.
they did take a loss this week, but to a tough Denver team.
Yeah. The way I was just kind of looking at it that, since it is so close, you mentioned like the Eagles losing to Denver. That's a good playoff team. Buffalo
Mhm.
losing to New England, which we talked about. Are they a playoff team? So I mean,
Mhm.
they still are a pretty solid team. But I
Yeah.
think right now, if you put the Eagles versus the Bills on the field right now, I think the Bills probably win that game.
Mhm.
But yeah, just the Eagles just barely, barely,
Mhm.
barely holding on to that top spot.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
there's
They
some
played.
honorable mentions like just
Oh
off
yeah,
this
it's a lot.
list.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if like if we could like shrink this graphic and we had another one right there, there's a
Uh
lot
huh.
of 4-1 teams. Just
Hmm.
I
We
actually
got the Steelers,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's right there.
Yeah,
Um, even
and
some
these
of the 3-2 teams are really good.
yeah, like this is fun because like, you have these teams in and out, and then all those borderline teams. You know,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
fun to talk about.
Yeah, and the Eagles, like you said, if they were to play each other, the Bills and the Eagles, I feel like I agree the Bills would win. Especially since the Eagles are like they're going through a lot right now. The players are unhappy. AJ Brown is kind of upset. Still talking to the media. Uh, Barkley is only getting like 40 rushing yards in the game. It doesn't
Yeah,
seem like they're kind of in sync.
like yeah, AJ Brown's not happy now. Devontae Smith is saying he's not happy. Barkley's
Yeah,
not doing anything. So
yeah,
how the hell are these guys winning football games?
right.
And
I
you see
mean, sooner or later it's gonna.
Jalen Hurts has 17 carries for 195 yards and
Mm-hmm.
2 tush pushes. Like
Mm-hmm. Sooner or
it's
later, it might come
crazy.
crashing down. Yeah. Um. All right, that will do it for our rankings. And I mean, next we could get into the story about Mark Sanchez.
Oh man.
He, I guess he was getting ready for his Sunday game, and Saturday night he decided to, I don't know, go out drinking or do a little something extra, and decided to run suicides in the back of an alley, and thought that he could control the alley and tell somebody that he couldn't park there and deliver food.
Hey, you know what they say? You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. He 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 he's, he saw all these quarterback injuries going on. He was in
Hmm.
his hotel room drinking a little bit, looking at his phone. He's like, my gosh.
Hmm.
He sees the bat symbol up in the air. He's like, I'm getting ready. I'm
He saw
getting
that
my car.
NFL emblem.
He just knows a team's number is going to pop up on that phone. He's out
Hmm.
there trying to get the work in, and hey, some Uber driver or whoever delivering food. He's like,
Hmm.
hey, you cannot park your car in my practice facility.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Like, right. That's probably what he was thinking too. He probably was, he probably took some painkillers or something, and was drinking, and trying to get ready, and then decided to attack a old Uber delivery guy or something.
yeah, he was thinking, I am not going to let this butt fumble define my career,
Exactly.
and I'm going to make something of myself. And he did. Which was
Yeah.
it's crazy because the very first report I saw was Mark Sanchez stabbed in the hospital in stable condition.
Hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, like is he all right? Like,
Yeah.
what happened? Then while this dude's recovering in his freaking hospital bed, come in there and slap the cuffs on him,
Yep.
like, and
Like,
just
hold on, wait a minute.
starts racking up charges, and you can what get like 6 years in prison for all this?
Yeah,
Like 1 to 6? That's nuts.
they got him on. Let me see. Sanchez was arrested at the hospital for battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. Because he thought that man was trying to interfere with his NFL comeback.
Oh man.
Yeah, so and then he took a first he got pepper sprayed. That wasn't enough. And then you took a butter knife to the chest.
Hey man,
So
his toughness level's there. He's
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so
yeah, that
hopefully,
was just a weird like sequence of information coming out. Was oh, thoughts and prayers, Mark Sanchez. Hope he's doing all
yeah.
right. They're like, the
Wait a
hell
minute,
is
you
going on?
started this.
Yeah, this
You
this
wanted to
is
get stabbed,
this is your own fault. But
right?
I mean,
Um,
obviously, you still hope he's all right. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
man, what a story! What an idiot! I guess I
Yeah,
don't.
hopefully he has a quick recovery. Thankfully it wasn't, a fatal stab wound or anything, or it could have been a lot worse. You don't really, and that's the thing, is surprising. You don't, with this, the world we're living in now, you just don't go around attacking or starting things with anybody, even if it's an old man. You don't know if it could have been a gun, so he's really
Yeah,
lucky to get out of that one,
I mean,
with
you
his
also
life.
don't
So
go running suicides in the back alley in
at
Indianapolis.
midnight,
Yeah,
right? Like, what are we doing?
like they always say, like nothing good happens in the streets after midnight, and
Exactly. You might get a knife in the chest. It's some
oh man,
it's some mace in the eyes. But yeah, that will do it for this episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. Thank you for joining us. Always subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you'll know the next time we drop another video or we go live, and follow our other pages on TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. All right. Peace.
see ya.